Two big in stories, obviously, at left back for Manchester United. An update on where United are at with the midfield situation. Updates on Joshua Zirkzee and other academy players leaving Manchester United this summer. Everything that is going on basically at Manchester United, jam-packed into this afternoon show. Latest on Manchester United's hunt, why Lewis Skelly is actually available and might actually be a better deal than Lewis Hall for Manchester United is the main story today. Updates from Andy Mitten on the Lewis Hall situation also, and the updates from overall everywhere. This is the biggest story, however. It's the left-back situation. Interesting piece from Sean Irvine as well today, talking about Manchester United, kind of winding people up online as well about Newcastle fans losing their minds over Manchester United now preparing to move for Lewis Hall. His stance and talk on this is very similar to what we've said before, and it's another journalist coming out and saying the same thing again. Manchester United are willing to watch the dominoes fall, be patient and wait for the opportunity to arise for that third midfielder. They are very comfortable in waiting this out, so be prepared for that. It's like we said this morning with Tchouaméni, him coming back next week from that international break after the World Cup could trigger a lot of movement in that area, whether we get there or not with him, but patience is the word. At left back though, it looks like this week could actually be a big week, and I know you're going to say the same thing again, Adam. You say this every single week. Of course I do. We're talking about the news here and hope that Man United actually move and get this deal done. The reason why the left-back situation is ready to move and is now in position to do so is because that opportunity has now come about, where Manchester United have obviously been told by Lewis Hall that he is open to the move. And everybody's reporting on this, of course, as we've reported over the last couple of days now. Andy Mitten today, this afternoon, saying that Manchester United's hunt for Lewis Hall, again, like everyone else, is genuine. We've always said it. The Athletic has always said that Lewis Hall is a target for United. He's admired at the club. We know all of the inside detail and what's going on. The bid is coming. There is a huge opportunity here for Manchester United to take Lewis Hall if they really want to go for him and then buy another midfielder. Andy Mitten's stance on this is that Manchester United would not be going to Newcastle and looking to strike a deal and talk with Newcastle unless Lewis Hall told United to do so. As in, told United he wants the move. And that's pretty much the stance from everyone at the moment in terms of the reports on Hall, is that he is open to the move. And United are, again, very, very comfortable in approaching Newcastle to find out what the deal would be, because they know everyone at the club wants this to happen. Everyone's said yes, and now Lewis Hall has said yes. That's when United go, and that's what's been reported. And again, doubling down on this in every single journalist report at the moment is that factor that Lewis Hall has said, come and get me, basically. So that's going to be first.
Manchester United's pursuit of Newcastle United left-back Lewis Hall has taken a fresh turn, with the Manchester Evening News reporting that a deal has been approved and a £70 million valuation now attached to the England man. The update comes just hours after United were said to be lining up a £60 million offer for the 21-year-old. Hall has been one of United's clearest summer targets, with Michael Carrick keen to strengthen at left-back. The report suggests the framework of a move has been given the green light internally, though Newcastle, who rate Hall highly, are yet to sanction any sale. As ever with a live saga, the reported £70 million figure should be treated as an outlet's valuation rather than an agreed fee, a note of caution echoed in further reports. As a United fan watching right now, where does the Lewis Hall saga stand? The escalation follows weeks of speculation linking Hall with Old Trafford, with United's admiration for the defender well established. Newcastle's own left-back situation, and their wider recruitment, will shape how quickly any deal can move. For supporters tracking United's transfer plans, Hall remains the name to watch on the left side of defence. With the window ticking down, expect the next few days to bring clarity on whether United can turn reported approval into a formal agreement. Now let's go to the Lewis Skelly transfer update.
Manchester United on Lewis Skelly, that's a different story altogether. The interesting thing with this again, and now TalkSport have said this afternoon as well, that United could go and move a surprise move for Lewis Skelly. Now, the reports on this and the reasons why, obviously we know why for Lewis Hall now, because he said, come and get me, I want to move to Man United. We know this, otherwise United wouldn't be talking to Newcastle. Now we're looking at Lewis Skelly. Why is this deal? Well, we know from Miguel Delaney's report from earlier on this morning that United obviously have been interested in Lewis Skelly for a while. We've talked about it and we were speaking about it, I think probably around about April time on this channel, while the season was still going on, about Lewis Skelly potentially being a Manchester United player come the summer transfer window. So looking at the situation at Arsenal, it explains everything. And an interesting piece on Team Talk on this. I'm just going to read through the opening extract of it, and it explains a lot as to what is happening and why Lewis Hall all of a sudden is on the scene. Arsenal may be forced into selling key players is basically the headline. There's a big piece then that goes into the much publicised exit from Newcastle of Bruno Guimaraes, because there is an 80 million deal on the table, verbally agreed between both clubs, even though reports are saying from Newcastle that there's no talks. Everybody's talking about this now being a verbal agreement, and this is going to get finalised pretty soon. Guimaraes leaving and going to Arsenal. We explained the midfield situation earlier on with Bruno Guimaraes.
Manchester United have brought in several new signings, but Michael Carrick's side remain busy in the transfer market. As August begins, the club have 1 month left to reshape their squad. Midfield remains a priority, despite the arrivals of Yuri Tielemans and Andre Santos. United have been linked with several options, but the manager may look to make a statement signing in the middle of the pitch, which would reaffirm the club's ambitions to compete on multiple fronts next season. Up front, Benjamin Sesko needs senior competition, with forward Joshua Zirkzee among several players who could leave Old Trafford this summer. Meanwhile, United could choose to invest in their long-term future by testing Newcastle's resolve over left-back Lewis Hall. Here, Red Devils updates looks at what a dream end to the transfer window could look like for the Reds. Aurelien Tchouaméni joining from Real Madrid would represent United making a marquee signing towards the end of the window. The Reds resisted paying eye-watering fees for the likes of Elliot Anderson, Sandro Tonali and Mateus Fernandes earlier in the window, but stumping up a big money free for Tchouaméni would underline the club's ambitions. The 26-year-old would be a dream addition to Carrick's new-look midfield as the United boss recalibrates his team following Casemiro's exit. It has previously been reported that Real Madrid would demand around £85 million for Tchouaméni, as the France international recently signed a contract extension with Los Blancos. However, the Spanish giants are interested in Manchester City's Rodri, which could tempt Tchouaméni to consider his future elsewhere. It would give Carrick an enviable array of midfield options, with Tielemans, Santos and Kobbie Mainoo all jostling for places in the United side. Thanks for watching, but if you want to stay updated on everything happening at Manchester United, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our latest updates.